2023 Tesla Model S Plaid, red with black.
It is fast. Okay, it's just like everybody says. It is way faster than my Cybertruck. Welcome to Flying Wheels and the Tesla dealership. In today's video, I'm returning my Cybertruck for service and recalls. While it's here, I get a loaner vehicle. I'm pleasantly surprised with what they gave me for a loaner vehicle today because it is a Tesla Model S Plaid. Never really been in a Tesla aside from my Cybertruck. It has no autopilot, it has no cruise control. I can't go fast in that because it's not equipped with it yet. The software updates aren't available.
But they are in this.
So in today's video, we're gonna take the Model S Plaid for a ride. Now, values on these are coming down significantly. So they're fairly affordable now. What used to be $110,000, you can now pick up around 60 or 70,000. Really neat. I've never been in one. Most of you haven't either. In today's video, we're gonna take it for a test and see what we all think. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels.
Let's check out the Model S Plaid.
So I'm here for service. I'm dropping off my Cybertruck for some recalls.
This is my Cybertruck. I actually do love this vehicle.
But there are some recalls for some weird things. You'll see right here. This is just stainless steel. It's just a piece of metal. Honestly, it's just glued on. Like, it's coming off. Just like, this is crazy. And there's a recall for it. Why is there a recall for it? Probably, honestly, because
Whistlin Diesel found out that these just pull off like that. There's just glue behind here.
No way.
Now this window
also just goes down constantly, up and down on its own, like it has a mind of its own. It's ridiculous and it's so frustrating. I also don't have autopilot, which isn't equipped with it yet, and I also don't have cruise control, never since the day I bought this thing. So driving home from New York, getting into Florida, this is so ridiculous. All of those things, no cruise control. That is not what today's video is about.
Let's go over to my loaner car. 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid, red with black. All the accents are black. The directionals, the cameras, the wheels, everything black. When you touch the door, pulls out here. Now I'm from New Hampshire. These freeze when it gets wet and freezes. These don't come out. You actually have to thaw them to open them up. I'm in Florida now, not such an issue. Black all the way around. You get a different taillights for the Plaid, and you also have the Plaid emblem on the back telling you that it is a Plaid. Going to the inside, I love the Tesla interior because it's like plush and soft leather. I had never been into a Tesla before up until a year ago, and I was really surprised at how soft everything is and really comfortable. Now you have your carbon fiber look plastics here, and here your trim, full screen, and an instrument cluster. You'll notice on my Tesla, my Cybertruck, I don't have an instrument cluster. The Model S does, and you also have your arcade style steering wheel. Now you'll notice with the Model 3, there is no instrument cluster. It's just the tablet display, as well as with the Model Y. I love that white interior. Same with my Cybertruck. It's just a tablet, so I'm constantly looking over to check my speed, or any functions I need are done over on the side. So it's actually nice that the Model S has the instrument cluster right in the center. All right, I'm gonna learn how this car works alongside you. First of all, I shut my Bluetooth off, so I have to turn my Bluetooth on so I can reconnect to the car. They didn't give me a key. Choose direction. So just like my Cybertruck, I'm gonna push that forward. Forward to go forward, back to go back. You can see all my cameras, both on the instrument cluster and on the screen. I already know how this is gonna sound when I say it, so I apologize. But I taught to race cars. Like, I know how to race cars, okay? And you don't put your hand over your other hand. You typically will turn or do this. With this car, it's like a video game. So I'm controlling everything like a video game. I actually like a circular steering wheel because I like to be able to kind of navigate with my knees every once in a while. And I do like to drive like this. So even though this is really cool and like a video game, wow, look at that. My Cybertruck has none of this. So frustrating at 100 grand. I have none of that stuff on my Cybertruck. And you can see that the steering wheel is already kind of wearing. Kind of funny, you can't just go and see where the mileage is like a regular car. So let's go to service. What do we have for miles on this thing? Trips. We have 31,000 miles on this car, and it's already wearing like this here and here, and also up here. Here's so much about this car. Let's just... It is fast. Okay, it's just like everybody says. It is way faster than my Cybertruck. It is, pull your guts back into your, oh my God, I'm going 75. That is wild. My Cybertruck is not fast like this. Whoa. I've never been in anything this fast before. Straight. It's not a race car. Won't handle well on a track, but, oh, wow. Something else I'm noticing about the Model S too
So my Cybertruck has the directional buttons and the headlight buttons, but when I touch them, yes, the functions work, but nothing indicates that anything's happening. When I touch them on this steering wheel, it has a vibration, kind of like your cell phone would have. So if I touch this, it vibrates under my thumbnail when I turn it on and off. My Cybertruck has nothing like that. I'm getting on the highway right now. So it's not a race car. I'm not even gonna challenge it on a curve. Like my Audi would have handled this better, and I can feel the G-force much stronger in this car than I could have in my E-Tron GT. That's not what this car is meant to do. It's not a track car. It's just really fast, 0 to 60, 0 to 80 apparently. All right, getting on the highway, and we are, oh my God! If I go to autopilot, unfortunately I have traffic aware cruise control, but no auto steer and no self-driving supervision. So they've disabled it, I assume, for their loaner cars, which is a little frustrating. I want to know what auto drive and autopilot is. I don't have it on my Cybertruck. I bought a Tesla because I want to have auto drive, autopilot. Don't even get it in my loaners. I just figured out why these spots are worn on the steering wheel. You don't drive it like this. You don't drive it like this at 10 and 2. On this car, you're naturally hugging the steering wheel right at the bottom corner. And I don't know if you get anxious, maybe you're gripping it more than most people, or just when you're turning, your palm is kind of rubbing it over and over and over. And this isn't real leather. It's just like a really thin vinyl over fabric. You'll see my E-Ray right here. I love this car. It is a hybrid electric vehicle. To me personally, I think that is our future. I think hybrid electric is the way to go. A lot of supercars are going that way now. It has a 495 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8 engine in the rear, which sounds amazing. And then it also has an electric motor in the front powering the two front wheels. It's all-wheel drive, putting out like 635 horsepower. Never have to charge it, never have to worry about it. It's amazing. It's actually the quickest production Corvette ever built with a 0 to 60 of 2.6 seconds. Now let's go over the Model S Plaid specs. Original starting MSRP on the Model S Plaid is $89,900, and then as you option it out, it climbs well over $100,000 very quickly. With the Model S Plaid, you'll get an estimated 251 miles of range if you're being conservative. If you have a heavy foot, it's gonna be a lot less than that. You can go from 0 to 80% on a Tesla supercharger in 30 minutes. That's also an estimated quote. I've noticed it taking a lot longer, and then if you have to go from 80 to 100, which is not recommended, it takes a lot longer than that. Now, my E-Ray will go 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, which is wildly fast, and it is all-wheel drive. The Tesla Model S Plaid is also all-wheel drive with an estimated 0 to 60 of 1.98 seconds. So even though this car is exhilarating, it throws my head back, I said it, and you watch my reaction. I have never been in anything from 0 to 60 as fast as that Model S Plaid. 1.89 seconds, like before you even think about it. 2 seconds, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, you're 0 to 60. That's how fast it is. I don't think people really take that into consideration. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 60 miles an hour, that fast. It also has a top speed of 200 miles an hour and a quarter mile of 9.5 seconds. So it's a 10-second car. That Model S Plaid, if it was the year 2001, it would be a 10-second car according to Fast and Furious. That is 9 seconds from the factory in a straight line. Now, I had mentioned it's not a race car. This car can handle turns. This car can brake well. This car can handle the G-force. The Model S Plaid, so far what I'm feeling, feels like a car unless I'm going straight really, really quickly. The estimated 1,000 horsepower is wild to think of it. Because it's electric motors, it is instant torque. So even if this car in rear-wheel drive had 1,000 horsepower, it still wouldn't accelerate as quickly as an all-wheel drive electric motor. This one, however, having the front and rear and being all-wheel drive is quick. Still not as quick as the Model 1,000 horsepower. Wild. And now also it's a sedan. It fits my entire family, which is really, really neat. I can drive a regular, nice, classy, semi-luxurious sedan with 1,000 horsepower for actually less money than this and less money than my Cybertruck. So I know I don't have autopilot, auto drive in this car. I have it set at cruise control, and it's steering over the lanes. So cruise control is just cruise control. Like I have auto assist in my BMWs. Hyundais even have auto assist where you can just stay in the lane, hands off, all is fine. I don't know if it's disabled or if it's not available in this car. I'm pretty sure it is, and I think it's an option, but like for Hyundai, you can have lane assist and be completely fine. It's included. So it seems like it's something that should be included in this car. Here we go. So I went to controls and autopilot and turned it on from warning to assist. Let's see if it stays in its lane. There we go. It's kind of just take control immediately, vehicle departing lane. So does it just warn me? Is that all it is?
kind of keeping it in the lane and warning me, and then I have to touch it.
There's a learning curve to driving this car, so I drive like this, and I drive with one hand regularly. So I was just taking a turn like this, and then I went to take, and there's nothing there. So I actually didn't turn. Had I been going fast, I don't know what would have happened, but I went like this to go move the steering wheel, and there's nothing. So you have to, like, I can't do that, whereas I could normally have reached over and done this. So it's cool. I can see the cluster because there's nothing here. It's a novelty. I don't love it.
A few days later.
So last night I encountered a problem with the Model S Plaid. You gotta have a key card. You need the key card. Let me explain. The Teslas come with the app, and when I got the loaner card, they just programmed it right in my phone. Super, super simple. If you buy a Tesla, it comes with a key card, like an actual, looks like a credit card size. Here it is right here. So this is the key card to my Cybertruck. I did not get one of these for the Model S Plaid. So all day I had my phone on me yesterday. All night last night I went out with some friends. I watched a basketball game, and my phone ended up being at 1%. So as I was leaving, I locked myself. I couldn't get in my car. My phone died. So I couldn't get in the Model S. It's not my car. I can't charge my phone. I managed to turn it on enough to get in the car. And then because it's a loaner car, I didn't have like a USB to charge the car. I had to take my phone out of the case, leave it on its little charging pad to charge it up. Well, my phone's completely dead. The car doesn't run. I'm now in the car. It's late. So I'm like, close my eyes. I wake up, next thing I know, it's like 2 a.m. Slept in my car last night with my phone off. Wife pissed because my phone was dead, and I turned it on. Phone's now charged because it was charging, but the whole thing could have been avoided had I had a key, like a regular key. So I'm very dependent on having either the key card or your phone not dying, because if your phone dies, you're stranded. That was a lesson I learned. Like, I'm just not really a Tesla owner, something I didn't even think of, and that was a pretty big deal for me last night. I'm returning the Tesla, and I'm getting used to driving with one finger, like this and like this. It's a little bit easier to drive now. Highway's a blast in a straight line. Not fun on turns. It's just a regular sit-in. Might as well be a Camry on turns, but to go fast, wild. I also do love the screen is telling me what cars are in front of me. When people walk by, even a bird walked by me and it showed the bird on the screen. My Cybertruck, it doesn't show that, which is frustrating. I like that it has an instrument cluster, so I'm not constantly playing with the tablet display right here. Everything is, once you get used to it, pretty easy to use. It's fairly simple to understand how everything works. Now this was a loaner car. This is how simple it is. I show up, I drop off my Tesla, I check in on my phone, and then they assign a new vehicle to me. I show up, I check in on my phone, I park it. It's in its loaner vehicle drop-off spot, done. I showed up with some juice, energy, electric, whatever you call it. So it has some energy, it's not empty or dead or whatever. The car, cool looking. Like, my wife was driving it alongside me on the highway. She looked awesome in it, the car looked awesome. I enjoyed driving it. There's some cool black accents and features to it. It's spacious, it's comfortable, it's really, really fast. Charging was a bit of a pain, even though it only took 20 minutes. The car is really, really neat. This is also a lot of fun. Again, I live up north, these freeze in the winter. A lot of space, a lot of storage. Everyday driver, if you can charge from home, absolutely recommend. $100,000 price tag? No, but these things have plummeted in price, so you can pick them up around 60, 65. So you're talking, throw your guts back into your spine, fast, luxurious, really cool car for $60,000. Gets the Craig's approval. Really fun. Really glad I got to enjoy it. Back to our Cybertruck.
The next morning.
So the Model S Plaid has been a good time. I'm glad I got it for only a weekend. Oh, I think here comes my Cybertruck. Now, I'm glad I got it on a budget. I mean, for what they're asking, that's a Model 3, by the way, I know. But for the budget, $120,000 new, not worth it to me. It's not a race car. It's not a supercar. It's just fast, straight. You're buying a straight fast car. I locked myself out of it. I didn't like that my phone is connected. I didn't have my key card, or they didn't offer a key card with me. It was fast fun, but that novelty fades pretty quickly. And then it was just another electric vehicle. that was faster than other electric vehicles that I couldn't use because it's illegal to do that anyway. Now, I am probably one of the most hated electric vehicle owners on the planet because I tell you the good and the bad. Electric vehicle people love electric vehicles. Tesla nerds love their Teslas and you can't sell them otherwise. Anti-electric vehicle people hate electric vehicles. I am straight down the middle. I tell you what's good, I tell you what's bad, I tell you what I like, what I don't like, what has inconvenienced me, which upset a lot of people, but I've never fabricated anything. I've never made it worse than it is. I show you what's annoying and then what doesn't make sense. And the non-Tesla, non-EV people love that, and EV people hate that. I did get used to the steering wheel after a while. It was like a video game. I would prefer to cross over. And one of my biggest problems with my Cybertruck is also the problem that I had with the Model S. I use my knee to drive quite a bit. Now, granted, Teslas have Autopilot, or do they? Because 7 months later, my Cybertruck still doesn't have it, which is why I'm here. And I couldn't use the Autopilot on the Model S either. So to me, having that arcade steering wheel, I don't like it. I just want a round steering wheel. I want to steer with my knee if I want to, just like the old times. There are so many Teslas around now that the novelty of even the Cybertruck is gone. That Mustang GT sounds amazing. So yeah, the Model S is probably faster than that Mustang GT that just drove by, but it doesn't sound like it. And the instant torque, the instant go is wild, something I've never experienced before. Luckily, they're coming down in price. They're no longer $120,000. You can't get the EV tax credit at that price mark anyway. I believe it has to be an under an $80,000 electric vehicle, so you're paying a premium. And what happens with Tesla, what keeps happening, they release it, you buy it for a price, and then they're like, okay, they decide to lower the price. So you buy it at, like the Cybertruck, 106, and then they come out and say, okay, the $80,000 ones are available now. Sorry for everybody that paid 100. Everyone else can buy them for 80. Yours is now worth 80 or less. So they did it with the Model 3, they did it with the Model S, they did it with the Model Y. They keep lowering prices after people purchase them. So if you purchase a brand new one, and then a brand new one's less than you paid for it, you're never gonna be able to sell your used one because people can go buy a brand new Model Y for less than your used Model Y. So that's a big Tesla problem. Model S, Model Y, Model 3, all of them, and my Cybertruck. In the meantime, my Cybertruck is done, and I have to start thinking about selling this thing too because values are coming down. It is not worth what I paid. And when I bought it for 106, I could have sold it for 140 because there just weren't any. And now this dealership has 4 available, and I just read that you can order one and have it delivered within 10 days after your order, which is pretty scary for me. The only thing that I have going for me is that this is a foundation series, which they do not make anymore. So that $20,000 option is not available for people, but that $20,000 option, you could have a Cyberbeast now for the same price I paid for this one. So exactly what I was saying, values change on Teslas pretty quickly. I have something that no one else can get anymore, but it's kind of a moot point. Like, who cares? Who cares? And I didn't qualify for the tax credit. Now you can. Not that this was like a super educational video, but I like to give you firsthand experiences. So what I'm going through, what I'm learning, what I'm seeing as a real person is what I want to share with you guys. That's why I made this video. I wouldn't say, hey, look at this Model S Plaid that I got for free for a weekend or whatever. I would want to know what it was like. What is the Model S Plaid like if I don't have the opportunity to drive one before I even ever get in one? Maybe nobody will. Maybe you won't ever have the opportunity to get in one. So at least I get to share all the little cool things and the oddities of it. If it was educational, informative, entertaining, anything, a like, thumbs up, subscribe, all of that is really appreciated. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Adios.